You sure I'm in the shot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How's the coffee?
It's good. I don't drink too much coffee anymore, but for some reason I can't stay awake today. I'm very, very exhausted.
Or just super relaxed?
Maybe that's really what it is. My birthday is coming up. I'm turning 32. A couple weeks ago, well, months ago actually, we went to Michael's. Michael's is a craft store, and I wanted to get photo albums. And I was planning to add a whole bunch of photos to this album.
Mm-hmm.
Just to realize that I don't take photos.
Nope. We don't really take that many.
And like, we don't take photos together, and we don't take photos of each other. Like, literally,
Yep.
This is no joke when I say, like, we have no photos. So I made it my mission this year. Well, since I got the photo albums, I have 2 photo albums, and I think I have like maybe 1 or 2 photos in it. But I made it my mission this year to take a whole bunch of photos and to do things and just to create memories. So it's coming out pretty good. I have a bunch of photos now in my phone. I am very happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just thought I should share that, like just take photos for the memories. You don't have to post them anywhere if you don't want to. Just print them off, get a photo album,
Mm-hmm.
and store them there, because when I look back on them, I'm like, this was such a fun time. It's like looking back on your family's album, right? Of like
Yep.
weddings and things like that. And it's like,
See,
how old was I in these photos?
it's weird though, because I feel like the new generation of digital photos,
Mhm.
I feel like there's less meaning to them. When I go to see my mom,
Mhm.
right, and she opens up her closet, she's got boxes of printed photos, like boxes of them, of so many different things, so many different people, like people I never even met before. She's like, oh yeah, this is so and so. I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, okay, cool. Like there's so many memories in those photos, but we don't have that anymore. Like, I mean,
No.
there are some people that I still see like posting on Facebook and things like that still do that, but I don't feel like we do, or we
Like you and
have.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we don't post anything really. Like,
Mhm.
I just started posting like
Yeah.
videos, photos. I'm getting comfortable with it. I think that was the issue. I was having a hard time feeling comfortable with posting.
Mm.
Like I would have a lot of photos saved sometimes in my drafts, like, oh, I'm gonna post this one photo, and then I save in my drafts and I never actually post it. It's like,
Yeah.
whatever.
But having that physical photo album is the feeling that you want, or that the thing you want to do.
Yeah, so that when I look back, I'm just like, wow, like that was so much fun.
Yeah, you don't want to just store it on Facebook
Or Instagram. No,
Yeah.
I want to be able to actually physically look through a photo album, so that
Yeah.
my future kids, when they look through it, they're like, who is this person?
Mhm.
Back in 2012, I went to go visit my cousin. Okay, she just had a baby, her first child, and I got to meet her, and then I saw her at the wedding, and she's like 11 or 12 now, and it's been 12 years since I saw her. And I said to her, oh my gosh, I'm Amelia. I met you when you were just this small. And then she gave me like this dirty look, like, okay, like, Mom, I don't remember
I don't
her.
know who you are.
Yeah. And I was like, when did I get to that age where I get to say now
Yeah.
to my younger family members, oh my God, hi, I'm so and so. I held you when you were this tiny.
And you used to be that kid that was like, who are you? Leave me alone.
I know what's funny? I did that to my uncle at the wedding. He was like, hi, Amelia, you don't remember me? And I was like, I looked at my mom. I was like, no. He's like, you went to my wedding. I think you were just so tiny. And I was like, okay. Like, literally, I just did that to my uncle at my wedding. I was like, I'm sorry, but I don't really remember you. He's like, that's okay. You're just a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now it's being done to me. And I'm like, damn, that hurts.
Yeah.
Like, obviously I'm not expecting her to remember me, but it was just the feeling of when did I get old and I am at that age where I get to say, I remember when you were just a baby.
I don't know, man. Time passes. Time passes real quick.
Yeah, now you're on the other end of the stick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? Oh my
Yep.
goodness. But anyways, welcome back to this Thing of Ours podcast.
Where we talk about all of life's highs and lows.
And everything in between. How have you guys been doing, folks? Happy Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
What is new? We didn't really have anything planned, actually, for my birthday.
No.
Well, that's not true. I told you all I wanted for my birthday was just to relax. That's all I really wanted to do. I didn't care what we did. All I wanted that to be included was to be in the hot tub and to be in the pool. Because after we went to that Nordik spa resort, I was like, I need to do this again. It's just not as expensive. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I wanted to go camping. We could have gone to Toronto, stayed at a hotel. Like, I didn't even care if we actually stayed in Ottawa and just went to a hotel. Like, I was good. As long as there was a hot tub, pool, and I could be in a bathing suit, your girl was fine. Well, we actually ended up going to Blue Mountain.
Yes.
Blue Mountain is a ski resort, if you've never been. But it's obviously open during the summertime. And I actually kind of find that I like it better during the wintertime than the summer. Just because they are... I feel like it was just more fun, I guess, in the wintertime that last time we went. But I did have a good time this time.
Yeah. But yeah, this was literally completely last minute. Because, yes, we had a few things in mind. But the day of, so on Thursday morning, we still didn't know what we were going to be doing. Are
you the type of person that likes to prepare? And if something goes off schedule for a trip, you kind of get anxious, or you're like, this is not on schedule. Like, you're very strict with the schedule, and this is how it has to go. Like, you need to plan. For me, I'm not like that. I feel like I'm a very spontaneous person, and I just go with the flow.
Yeah, you do enjoy yourself more.
Yeah, like I can
things
pick up
aren't
and go.
Structured.
Yeah,
but anyway, yeah, we decided very last minute, the morning of, and actually, we didn't even have anywhere reserved. Like, we had no room, no nothing. We even left the house.
Bro, we didn't have gas.
We left the house. We went and got gas. And as we were going to the gas station is when we ended up calling to book a room.
Well, the thing is, I did call during the week. I called Blue Mountain. And I was like, oh, do you guys accept dogs? I remember a couple years ago when we did go, we saw dogs there. Like, oh, we didn't know dogs were allowed, because
the place we stayed at before didn't allow them.
So there's actually only 2 hotels within that resort that allows dogs. Yeah, allows you to stay with your dog. Other than that, your dogs are not allowed. So we called one, and it was called the Westin. Too expensive. It was super modernized, like modernized. Did I say that word right? Modernized? Yeah. For some reason, I feel like it sounded weird when I said
Very
it.
modern.
Yeah.
Newly renovated.
Yes. And it was hella expensive. And I wasn't trying to stay there. Even though it would have been like right in the village and you've been like access to everything. It was still a little bit out of the budget.
Yeah. There's like $400 a night for like the least expensive room.
Yeah.
Right. So
and they only had 2 rooms in this hotel that was designed for dogs to stay with the human.
With a human?
Yeah, with a human.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Was it really only 2?
Yeah, that's what the girl said when I called. They said they only had 2 rooms that was reserved for people who want to stay with their dogs or bring their dogs.
Maybe 2 available.
Well, no, I asked her. She said no, only 2. That's what she said to me. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe she did mean only 2 was available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what she meant. Everything else was booked up.
Yeah. And they want you to be on the first floor. Now, when you go to hotels, I don't like staying on the first floor. Do you like to stay on the first floor?
I mean, it depends. So, some first floors in hotels, they have like almost like a patio that you can, like, they have like the sliding door where you go onto like a balcony or a patio.
Yeah.
And you can kind of sit outside there. Like, that isn't bad. But if it's a first floor where you don't have that, then no.
I find it's too loud, the first floor.
It's loud and there's less privacy.
Yeah.
Right? You can't really have your windows open because there's people parking right in front of you, people walking by all the time.
You can't even open up the window, the shades. I mean, so I like being on the top floor or somewhere that's higher up.
Yeah.
I'm okay with being on the 3rd and up floor.
Yeah, where people can't really see just from ground level.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, like, we've been there before. So we kind of knew like what we were going to expect when we got there. But this time around, we were coming from Ottawa.
Mm-hmm.
We've never driven to Blue Mountain from Ottawa.
Yep.
We've always went from Sudbury. So from Sudbury, it's only about 3.5 hours away,
Mm-hmm.
give or take. And you take mostly highway there. This time around, I set my GPS and it told me to take Highway 401, which would then, so that's like main highway down going through Toronto area.
Yeah.
And then we would have had to jump on to the 407, which is a toll highway. So I was like, no, I'm not paying extra.
Of course not.
Nope. Let's turn off the tolls. So then I turned it off. She rerouted and took me down this weird highway.
Mm-hmm.
It was still considered a highway, like Highway 41, and then it jumps on to a few other ones. But it was like in the bush, like bush,
Mm-hmm.
like so in the boonies that we literally had no reception
Yeah.
most of the way. Like literally no reception. You know, like the SOS it shows on your phone?
It didn't show that for me. It just had like a big no.
It showed it on mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it literally had the SOS, like nothing. You got nothing.
Wow.
So anyway.
I didn't know they still put that. I thought it was just like a big no sign.
Yeah. No. I had no reception at all. But yeah, along the way, I did stop and do a good deed.
Tell them what you did, Curtis.
Coming kind of around this corner, and I see something kind of in the middle of the road. And as I got closer, I could see it was a turtle, but it was in its shell. Legs weren't out. It wasn't moving. Head was in its shell, like everything. But I knew it was a turtle. So I was like, you know what? Should I turn around? Should I save the turtle?
Yeah, I told you, yeah, turn around.
So turned around, parked on the side of the road, waited for the car to pass, then finally got out, grabbed the turtle, and then for some reason, like as I picked it up, I for some reason turned around as if to put it back the same way it was just trying to come from. And I was like, oh wait, no, he's trying to get across the road. So I turned back around, put him off to the side, kind of pushed him down a little hill so he couldn't make it back up.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I saved a turtle.
And that was Curtis's highlight of this whole trip. I'm very proud of you for saving that turtle.
Yeah.
Now, I think for me, I think I would have just like, pushed it with my foot. Like, come on, keep going, keep going.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would actually pick it up.
Yo, he was so scared though. Even when I got him across the road, he would not come out of his shell. He just barely peeked his head out. Like, so I could tell he was still like, okay, he was still alive,
Mm-hmm.
but he was like too scared to come out.
Was his shell injured though?
No.
Oh, that's good.
No, he was fine. He never actually got hit. Luckily.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I heard turtles aren't actually that slow. I heard they're actually pretty fast. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, they're not like super quick or anything, but they're not like slow like what you would think
Mm-hmm.
and the way they're described. They're not like a snail.
Mm-hmm.
Snails are slow. Turtles are a little bit quicker than that. So if you can save them, but just don't cause an accident doing it.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Do it safely if you can.
Yep. Curse is very, very happy about saving turtles. Very happy.
So we arrived at Blue Mountain. It was about 4:00 at night. So right at check-in time, right? So we got there, perfect timing. And like we did mention, we brought Trumpet with us. We did pay an extra $50 for the night to have Trumpet there.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if that was $50 per pet or if it was $50 per night.
Yeah. We never really asked.
Yeah, we only stayed one night.
I'm assuming it's $50 per night, which I don't know why it's $50 per night. Like I get it if there's like a cleanup fee if the dog pees or poos in the house or they get wet outside and then they leave like a dog smell inside. Like I can kind of understand that. But why that amount is not refundable once they discover or once they start to clean out the room, they see like, okay, we didn't have to do anything extra. They refund that money back.
Yeah, because it's not like they're not changing the bed sheets.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they're not vacuuming. They should be doing all those things.
Yeah.
The vacuuming, the wiping down. So I don't know if you work in a hotel, you can let us know some stories.
The reasoning behind why there's a fee, especially like per night fee.
Yeah.
Yeah, and why it's not refundable.
Mhm.
Because I'm kind of curious as to why.
Or
it
what
wouldn't be.
extra cleaning is being done
Yeah,
that's not already being done.
I know, and that's what I mean. Like, why wouldn't it be refundable? I think it should. The charge should just be there for like incidentals. If
Mhm.
something happens, then okay, you keep the $50. I get it.
Yeah.
You got to do extra cleaning. You got to shampoo the carpet, things like that.
Mhm.
I get that.
But yeah,
But for that $50,
Mhm.
they did provide a dog bed.
Yes.
They provided 2 bowls, like a food bowl and a water bowl. And they also gave us a treat,
Yeah.
a little dog-shaped cookie treat for
Mhm.
Trumpet.
But they also had like a dog park, which I thought was nice. So like
Mhm.
it was very dog friendly. It's actually really clean.
The dog park?
Yeah.
I know.
I'm actually really impressed. They have one tree there. They have a little ball that's there. Trumpet, what would you rate this dog park? Do you rate this place a 10 out of 10? Hmm?
Trying to leave his scent.
Oh. Yeah, it's actually pretty big too for a little dog park. It's not that bad. They have real grass, which they seem to take good care of it. It's not like burnt and.
Yep.
But I feel like for us to spend all that money, to stay there, I feel like it could have been a little bit more modern.
Yeah.
Because when you walk in, it was really just king size bed, bathroom, 2 chairs, and a table. That was it. Like literally, that was it. Like in the past, when we did stay, we did have like a full kitchen. We had like We had an updated like living room area. It was very like almost a small condo. Like you even had access to like a patio.
Like
It
a
was
balcony.
yeah, patio, yeah, balcony. Because we stayed on the higher level before and also on the main floor. So on the main floor, I remember we had our own patio where you can walk out
Did
on
we?
it. Yeah, and you had access to the hot tub because the hot tub was like literally 2 steps and a hop away
Yeah.
from from our room. So it's not like we had to go through the hotel. We could just walk outside our back door and go to the hot tub there.
Yeah.
But when we stayed the first time, we did have like a little mini condo, and then we also had a balcony. So that's kind of like what I was expecting, but I was kind of like disappointed in the price for
What we got.
Yeah, for what we got. Like I was
Yeah.
expecting a little bit more, definitely because they also didn't have a breakfast included.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the other one had like just a simple like what do you call that? When you go to a hotel and there's just like
No, they didn't have that at the other one, but they gave you a full size kitchen so you can bring your food.
they didn't have
No,
cereal
we
and
always
stuff for free?
no, we always brought our
No.
own food.
No.
The only thing was they gave you a full size kitchen, so like a stove, fridge,
Yeah,
like an actual fridge, not a mini fridge, so you could bring your own groceries. And we were close to a grocery store too. Like I think there was Metro, there was Walmart nearby, because it's not just a resort. There was also like the city
Yeah.
as well. So I don't know. To me, do I think staying at the Blue Mountain Inn was worth it for the price? No, but it is definitely cheaper than all the other hotels.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you have a dog, it's more affordable, I guess, in that way.
Yeah. It was like lower cost,
Mhm.
but yes, it wasn't as modern. There wasn't as much stuff in the room. It had more of like a cabin type feel.
But the staff was super friendly. Like
Yes.
the whole building overall was really clean. Like even the dog part, there was no dog poop. You know how some owners are that just leaves their dog poop.
Yeah, it was all fenced in, like
Yeah.
a fenced in area. They had dog bags, like poo
Grass.
bags. It was actual real grass, and it was nice grass
Mhm.
actually.
So like overall, the building was well well kept. Like
Yes.
even the staff, like I said, was super friendly. They were helpful. It was just disappointed in the room. That was really it.
But do you think that's because of your expectations?
Because I stayed there before.
Yes,
Yeah.
you stayed at a nicer spot before at the same location, right? So your expectations were here, and then you were kind of let down a little bit.
Well, I was let down with our stay, but with the dog stay, I was super impressed. Like I was like, "Oh my goodness, Trumpet, you have a better stay than we do." Like the dog bed was like a leather bed, and it looked new. Like
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So to me, if it was a budget, which we did have, the hotel was within our budget, so it worked out in the end. But it wasn't like right in the village. It was like maybe a 5-minute walk to the village, where like where the skis and everything is, all the activities that you can do. But it was like a 2-minute, maybe even a minute drive there, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. So that is what we did. We finally got settled in. And we decided we were going to drive down because we didn't actually know how far it was.
Yeah.
We didn't know. We just, when we first pulled up to the hotel, we went around a different way, stopped at that inn. And then we were told by the staff there that there was another parking lot that we can go to. So we decided to drive over there.
Yeah.
Turns out it was literally like 2 minutes away.
Yeah, we could have walked there,
like
to be
literally
honest.
down the street. Not far at all. So if you ever do stay at the Blue Mountain Inn, honestly, you could just leave your car there and just walk.
But either way, if parking was free,
was free.
because you stayed at that hotel.
Yeah. But anyway, once we got over to the village, we walked around, just kind of checking out a few things, seeing if anything changed since we were there last. And we started looking at the restaurants because now it was supper time.
Yeah.
It was dinner time. So we started looking at the restaurants and looking at their menus. And we saw one restaurant that actually had a doggy menu.
Yeah.
Like literally they had a menu for dogs. They had one had like a treat menu. They had like a entree menu. Like it was a dog menu specifically for dogs.
So every restaurant that was there was actually dog friendly. And we didn't know that. We actually left Trumpet back at the hotel. We walked down, we started walking around. It was actually really hot that day too. So we were kind of nervous about bringing him, walking him around the whole village, because we were like, oh, he's not gonna get any water. He's probably safer off if he stayed in the hotel. Yeah. But then after we were looking for something to eat, and that's when we found out that all the restaurants there were dog friendly.
Yeah, every single one of them, as long as you were okay with eating out on their patio. Like everyone had a patio. Every single restaurant that we looked at, I don't know, maybe there was a couple that didn't, not sure. But everyone that we kind of looked at had their own patio that allowed the dog to be with you as long as you're okay being out there.
Yeah. So
we ended up stopping at one of the restaurants called K2, right? Kaytoo. I think that's how you spell it. Now, the guy there, he was kind of nice at first and everything, and the restaurant was dead. Like completely dead. Not a single person
Not a
in
soul was in there first.
Nobody, just the staff. So anyway, we're asking him about the menu. Like Amelia's asking, like, do you have any gluten-free options?
Vegan options.
Like just different questions, right? And he's like, oh yeah, we have gluten-free pasta, this and that. You can do this. You can also add meat to your meal, whatever. And then I think to try get us to eat there, he's like, I'm in a good mood tonight. First round's on me. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Sounds good to me, but we're just going to go get our dog because we didn't know we can have him here. We're going to go back. We're going to get our dog and we're going to come back. So that's what we did. We went back to the hotel, grabbed Trumpet, went back to the village, and we decided to eat at that spot. Mainly because...
Yes, it was mostly you. I actually didn't want to eat there, but the guy said free drinks on him. So I was like, okay, fine.
So when I asked you, Why didn't you say anything?
Because I knew you wanted your free drink.
But I didn't necessarily care about that.
No.
It was a nice bonus,
Mhm.
but I didn't care. This was supposed to be for you. Like you needed to speak up if you didn't want to eat there.
Well, you also know that I was picky, but I already knew what I wanted to eat. I said, I don't really care as long as I get some type of pasta and salmon.
Yeah.
That was like what I was craving. So I was like, as long as I get those things, I don't really care what we eat.
Yeah.
And as long as Trumpet can be with us, once I found out that, dogs were allowed on the patios at all these restaurants, I was like,
Yeah.
It didn't bother me.
But anyway, we ended up eating at that K2 restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought us out onto the patio, and it was kind of nice, but it was out over top of a pond, like a deck or a dock almost, right? We were literally on top of the water on a dock. And what did you end up ordering?
Pasta with salmon. What I wanted.
So fettuccine
Mm-hmm.
was the type of, it was supposed to be a fettuccine Alfredo type thing, but they ended up using the gluten-free noodles.
Yeah.
So they were penne noodles
But
instead.
there was no Alfredo sauce.
No. So I don't know.
It was just like I think it was basil with something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was
tasted
good, though.
Yeah.
I tried it. It was good. And then the side of salmon, because it didn't come with any meat. So we added a side of salmon, which was an extra $12 on that meal.
Mm-hmm. Salmon was really good too.
Yeah. But I ended up ordering a jambalaya. That's what I ended up ordering. So this here was like rice mixed in with sauce. It had different small vegetables like mushrooms, green and red peppers. And then it had your 3 different meats. It had chicken, sausage, like cut up into small little pieces, and it had shrimp.
See, that's why we went that restaurant, because you said you wanted jambalaya.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't because of me.
No.
Well, part of it was like, I want you to have your free drinks. The guy did say free drink. So I was like, okay, you know what, Curtis, get your free drink.
Yeah.
But it was because you also said you wanted jambalaya. You're like, no other restaurant when we walked around after had that. And you're like, I really wanted jambalaya. So I said, okay, let's eat there.
But anyway, the meals were very good. It was pretty filling.
Mm-hmm.
So I was happy with the meal that we got.
Yeah. The portions were really good.
Yeah. But then comes the bill. Tell me how this man didn't even give me my free drink.
Why didn't you say anything?
I ordered 2 drinks because one was supposed to be free. They were both on my bill.
You should have said something. You should have been like, hey, we met the owner and the owner said the drink was on the house. One drink was going to be on the house. You should have said something.
Yeah. I just didn't want to make a big deal about it. You know, it was your birthday weekend. We were celebrating your birthday. I just didn't want to cause a scene. I didn't want to, ruin the vibe. I seen it. I was like, whatever. I don't care. I just left it be.
I still think you should have said something. It wouldn't have bothered me.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, that was that. Paid the bill. And then we went back to the hotel.
Yeah. See, another reason why I think we should have not maybe went to that restaurant, because they didn't have an actual dog menu. Because when we started walking around, we did notice that other restaurants did have a dog menu, and they had like little treats that they would have made for your dog, give them to your dog, even water. They gave us water at this restaurant, but they didn't like allow us to buy like sausage like on the side just for Trumpet. Like other restaurants did allow you to do that. They had an actual dog menu where you can choose what you wanted to give your dog at the same time as you eat. So,
but
overall, what would you rate this restaurant, this food? Remember, you were the food critique.
The food, I would say a 4 out of 5. The food was good. The service was okay. I mean, technically, probably should have been maybe a little bit better because there was like no one there.
I thought the service was okay.
It was, but because it was just okay, how do you think it would be when they got packed? Like they're completely full. how do you think the service would be then?
Okay, well, what type of service do you like? Because for me, I'm the type of person where I don't want them to come up to me every 2 minutes. Hey, are you okay? Hey, are you okay? Everything's okay? Like, no, let me eat my food in peace.
That's
like
true.
when you see my water going low, you can just come by quietly, refill my water, and leave.
But
you
that's
know?
exactly what I mean, right? Because so there was another family that came by
Mhm.
and they sat a little bit further away from us, but they were in like eyesight away, right? And there was a point where I was trying to get her attention while she was like talking to them because you were trying to get Parmesan cheese,
Yeah.
right, for your pasta.
Mhm.
So I'm waiting for her to like look over and she's just not looking over. And without like when she was done with them,
Mhm.
you know, instead of just taking a quick peek over to see if we're okay, don't need to come actually see us, but just kind of glance over to see us because we
Yeah.
are your table you're serving. She didn't do that. She just turned back to the front. And I was like, oh, okay. So I guess I have to get up and go.
Well, maybe she went to give them the chef their order, and then maybe she
Well,
was gonna
yeah,
come
but
back around.
okay. But even still, she
Mhm.
could have just glanced over quickly. You know, are you okay? Yes.
Curtis is looking for that top-notch restaurant with excellent,
Well, no.
no problem restaurant.
Literally, all she had to do was look, and she would have noticed that I was looking in her direction,
Mhm.
and that would have signaled that, hey, I actually want something. If I'm not looking in your direction, you just go about your life. Go do
You know
what
what?
you were about to do.
Okay, I understand what you mean because there was only like 5 or 6 people in total that was
Exactly.
in that restaurant.
That's what I mean. Now, if the place was completely packed, then what type of service would you get? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But all in all, food was good. Everything was okay,
Yeah.
but I didn't get my free drink. So maybe that's why I'm a little bitter. I don't know. Either way, after we ate, we kind of walked around just a little bit longer,
Mhm.
just kind of exploring. Then we went back to the hotel, and when we got there, we finally did what you set out to do
Yes.
this entire trip.
I just wanted to get inside the hot tub and the pool
Yeah.
and just relax.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to do for my birthday. Like, you know, back in the day, like, you know, you would want to party, you want to go to the club, you know, live life. But honestly, I just wanted to relax. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you work so hard Monday to Friday to the point where it's like, I just want to do nothing. You know, I wanted to go on I literally could have done that at home. But I feel like at home, I had to find something to eat. If I didn't have groceries, then I had to go to the grocery store. And I didn't want to do that.
You didn't want to have to cook anything.
No, I
You
just wanted to be catered to.
Yeah.
That was it. And like I said, I would have been fine if we just rented a spot, well, just like went to a hotel in Ottawa. But all I wanted to do was get into the hot tub, the pool, and that was it. Like that's all I needed.
Yeah.
And they had like a really nice hot tubs. Like they had 5 hot tubs. I think there was 4 hot tubs. I think it was outside, and then the hot tub was also inside along with the pool.
Yeah.
Which was nice. They had a nice pool. Everything was clean. They had towels already lined up, so you didn't have to be like, oh, hey, can I get a new towel? Everything was just out there waiting for you, which was really nice. And I liked that, you know, like that was something that was different than going to the Nordik spa. Because at Nordik spa, you had to find somewhere to be like, hey, can I have a new towel? Whereas this spa, it was just the towels were just lined up against the wall. Take what you needed, call it a day. So yeah, that's what I wanted. I just wanted to relax.
But yeah, we hung out in the hot tub for a little bit. Like we went back and forth. We went into the hot tub for a bit, we went to the pool, back to the hot tub.
We did the thermal cycle that Chris loves.
Yeah. Yeah, in the hot tub, back into the pool, like cold pool. But yeah, it was very relaxing. So relaxing that
Passed
your
out.
girl here passed out heavy. Didn't even want to wake up in the morning. Usually she's up before me.
Yeah.
Not this morning.
I was tired. I was really, really tired.
Yeah.
Like that hot tub, that pool, everything was just so relaxing. The way the jets was hitting my back, because you know I'm always hunched over at work, so having that hot tub just relax my back. It felt so nice.
And then to sleep in like a nice, I don't know what it is. Hotel beds, they're always comfy. I
I know.
find they're
Mhm.
always comfy. I mean, I'm sure there are some that are not, don't get me wrong, but everyone that I've stayed in, it always just felt like fresh. It was still firm. Like it
I'm
didn't
telling
have,
you, it's the fresh bed sheets. It
yeah,
has to be, because even when we change our bed sheets, I always have a better sleep on fresh, clean,
yeah.
tight bed sheets.
Maybe. I don't
It
know.
has to be it.
I don't know. But yeah, no, it's true. I always do sleep better. But yeah, so, we had plans kind of to do things the next day.
Yeah, like
So we wanted to wake up somewhat early.
mhm.
I woke up first, surprisingly, because usually you are the one who wakes up
Mhm.
first in the morning. Not this time. I woke up, I got up. All I hear is, "Are you going to take Trumpet outside?" I was like, yeah. You go back to sleep. So I took Trumpet out. It was around 7 o'clock, I guess, when we got up finally. I think I set my alarm for 6:30, and then you finally.
I didn't even hear your alarm clock
Yeah.
go off.
Yeah, I think you finally got out of bed just after 7 o'clock. We started getting ready,
Yeah.
and I think we left the room at about 9 o'clock after packing everything up and things like
Thing
that.
is, I wanted to leave early because I remember, because when we finally booked the room, the girl also sold us all day activities.
Yeah,
And because it
It
was
was-
like a package deal where like you
Yeah.
got $10 off the, I think it was like the hotel and also the all day activity pass, and you had access to everything.
yeah. It was called Play All Day.
Yeah.
Play All Day.
And it was like
was
$54.
It was
per
normally supposed to be
person.
64.
Mhm.
She gave it to us for 54.
Yeah. And then if you're thinking about should I get it or not, it's actually worth it, because when we went a couple years ago, we didn't stay like at the Blue Mountain Resort. We stayed off at a different hotel, but it was still like, it's not associated with it, but it was still on the property
Mhm.
of Blue Mountain. But you didn't have access to anything, so you had to pay basically for everything.
Yeah.
And we wanted to do the zip lining, and the zip lining costs like $20 per person, so that's already $40. So
Yep.
it was worth just paying for
The pass, because
pass.
like pretty much every event is around that $20 mark, right?
Mhm.
So if you only do if you do 2-3 different activities, if you do 3 activities, basically you've already paid your way for that pass.
Mhm.
And then anything else you want to do on top of that is basically free now,
Yeah.
right? So we bought them, just made it easier. We had a little bracelet, like a little, what do you call that thing?
Resort bracelet. All you
Yeah.
do is scan it.
They just scan it. They're like, all right, you're good.
Mhm.
But yeah, we did a few different things. We did bring Trumpet along because
We only stayed for one night.
we stayed for one night, which is something we didn't necessarily think about
Mhm.
until it was almost too late. It's like, if you stay 2 nights, right, you can leave him in the hotel room while you go do all these activities for the day.
Yeah.
But because we stayed only the one night, we had to check out. Checkout was at 11 at the latest. We ended up checking out around 9, but regardless, we would have had to be checked out by 11. So we had to bring him along with us.
Mhm.
So we didn't get to do anything together
Yeah. So we do everything
necessarily. We
separate.
had to do everything by ourselves. Like, there was a few different things we did. The first thing we did was called Ridge Runner,
Mhm.
right? So this is kind of like a roller coaster that, it's a little cart that's on like a roller coaster. It brings you all the way to the top of the hill and then finally releases you, and you like make your way back down the hill, and it's actually really fast. I found it was really fast.
It was fast around the corner because they recommended you not to stop
Mhm.
because you had control of your cart and how fast you wanted to go.
But
it was still controlled by the people who worked there because they didn't want you to smack into anybody
Yeah.
or have anyone smack into you if you were scared to stop the cart. So when the person in front of you slowed down, your cart automatically slowed down no matter how fast you were going.
yeah.
So that was kind of scary sometimes because definitely when I was going around the corner really fast and the person in front of me braked and all of a sudden it just randomly stopped and you're like, what the?
Yeah, see, that didn't happen to me. I just literally flew down the entire way. Literally just flew. And coming around those corners, man, you're actually really close to the trees.
Mhm.
So it's a little bit scary because you're going pretty quick and
The
you
thing
get
is, I
pretty
think
close.
you have a fear of heights.
Well, maybe.
With how high you go on the roller coaster, you have a fear of heights. I know you do. Because,
Maybe.
you know, if you've watched our rock climbing experience before, indoor rock climbing, Curtis, at first I thought Curtis wasn't trusting me. You know, I've been with him for 9 years, or 8 years, sorry. And at first I thought, like, why doesn't he trust me to, you know, guide him down the wall? But at this resort, they had this the machine where it would guide you down the wall. All you had to do was let go, and
Yeah.
then it would guide you down. But Curtis wouldn't even trust the machine.
Yeah, so I went rock climbing here too.
Yeah.
Um,
I want to watch. Alright, and then those guys, yeah, exactly. Perfect. There's my radio. It's getting hot. I'll get these guys. Hey. What's that? Yeah, let me jump now. What's that? You can jump now.
Curtis, jump!
Jump.
Stop climbing down! Kick off with your feet, Curtis! After you guys would think that he learned his lesson with rock climbing on, you know, the higher he goes, if he looks down, he starts freaking out, right?
I don't freak out. I just look down. I'm like, oh no, now I have to let go.
Yeah, and the worker was like, okay, let go. And you're like, yeah, hold on. And he's once again trying to climb down the wall. And I'm there yelling at him like, Curtis, let go. He's like, yeah, hold on. And then he freezes. And I'm like, just kick off the wall. You will be fine. And then he finally let go of the wall, like literally 2 minutes later.
It didn't take me that long.
Why would you go up that high? It's like a cat. You know when cats climb up the tree and they get stuck?
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that to yourself?
Because it's fun to climb. But then once you get there, you're like, oh crap, now I have to somehow get down. It's like running, right? You want to push yourself, you want to run far, but then once you get far, you're like, oh crap, now I have to make it back somehow.
Yeah. That's why you run around a bus route so you can hop on the bus and get yourself back.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, the rock climbing was still fun. I climbed up 2 different sections, 2 different parts of the wall. But yeah, you did a couple things too. You did the Ridge Runner as well.
Yeah.
But you also did zip lining.
Yeah. I just do zip lining by myself.
That is what you like really set out to do. That's what you wanted to do.
But are not limited to.
And then I can help you guys tighten it once it's on.
Sorry, what did you say? Put this.
Yeah, you want it. And then you're going to bring it up and bring your hands around your shoulders like a backpack there.
Entitlement, fatigue,
And then I can help you guys tighten it once it's on.
impact, or collision.
Exactly.
I do it almost every day. You'll be like, why was I scared? You know what I mean? It's kind of.
was afraid, so I started screaming.
Yo, when I say she was screaming, she was screaming.
I ran out of breath, so that's why I
Yes.
stopped screaming.
Yes, you can literally tell in the video that she was screaming so long and she wasn't done yet, but she ran out of breath, so she had to stop screaming, and then she finally hit the end where it like stopped her.
The guy said, he said, okay, one thing you have to know is you're going to start seeing this black little hockey puck that's going to appear. You have to move your face out the way, or else if you smash into it with your face, which you can which he said can happen, you can break your nose and whatnot. So I got scared. So the entire time I'm just like, when is this happening? When is this going to come? So I started screaming, right? And the entire time I'm writing, like you can see in the video that like my face is off to the side because I was afraid I was going to break my nose. But the thing is, when I hit it, I went flying, and the person next to me who was also running at the same time, she didn't go as high as it. Like, it hit me harder for some reason. I don't know why.
I feel like you were going quick down that thing.
I feel like I was taking my sweet time. Like, I was afraid I was going to stop in the middle of the zip lining.
Yeah? No,
like I
you
was
were
going
moving
so
quick.
slow.
You were moving quick.
Oh, I felt like I didn't have enough weight, and it was just going to be like...
Yeah.
And then I was gonna be stuck. I was so afraid.
Yeah. But yeah, there was 2 sections, right? So the first section, you go from one platform to another,
Mm-hmm.
and they told you that once you get to that second platform, there's no turning back.
Yeah,
Like,
you have to finish
Doesn't
it.
matter how scared you were the first one. There's no ladder down. Like, you cannot walk back down. You have to get unhooked, hook up again, and go down the next line,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
See, I don't believe that, because how did the workers get up there?
they go up the first ladder, they zip line to the first one.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Maybe, I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But
I think they just want you to finish it.
maybe.
Yeah.
That's what they told you anyway,
Mhm.
right? But yeah, there's 2 sections. So you got to basically zip line twice in one go.
Yeah. And it
Right.
brought you back to your original start.
Yeah.
But the first time getting off the thing, I was like, I told the guy, I was like, you might have to push me because I'm not going to go. Because he wanted us to go at the same time. There was me and this other girl. But she went first because I was really afraid to just go. Like, I was afraid. So then I said, okay, 1, 2, 3. And that's when I started screaming. And then when I made it to the other section, that's when I told the guy, I'm like, you might have to push me again.
Yeah.
You might have to push me because I don't know if I will actually just let myself go. He's like, you have to trust it. No one has ever died yet. I was like,
No one has ever
What?
died yet. Wow, what a thing
And
to
it's-
say.
And the craziest part was the guy who hooked me up was a trainee.
Mm.
So he was learning how to hook people up. And I didn't know that until after, because the girl was like, hold on, I have to just check to see if the guy who was hooking me up did it properly, because she was hooking up another person, like one of my partners there. So I said, in my head, I'm like, what is she talking about? What is she talking about? And it was only after I realized that he was a trainee and he was learning, because I saw him. He was looking at the little the part that goes onto the wire. He was looking at that, and he was like trying to figure out which way was up, which way was down. And I'm looking at him like, why does he look so
what he's
confused?
doing?
Yeah, I'm like, why does he look so confused? And it was only after I realized, oh my gosh, this guy's a trainee. Yep, that's it for me.
Oh man.
But I made it off alive. It was good.
Yeah.
I had fun. It was a thrill. And I love the thrill. And maybe that's why I like roller coasters.
Yeah.
I love the thrill of it.
Yeah.
It's scary, but I love the thrill.
I do enjoy roller coasters. I enjoy things like that. Like even like the drop zone thing
Mhm.
at Canada's Wonderland. Like I enjoy those. They're scary,
Yeah.
but I enjoy it. The only other thing that I did, I think, was the open air gondola.
Is that like the ski?
So it's a ski lift, yes, but the gondola basically, it's like an enclosed little kind of cabin that
Mhm.
hooks up and you make your way up the hill, rather than like a chair lift where you sit down and you only have like a chair with a bar in front of you and that's it. This one you have to actually, like, if you're a snowboarder, you have to take your board off and kind of carry it with you. You jump
Do
in.
they have both at wintertime, or they just change those out for the summer?
Oh no. They have that in the winter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like I said, you have to take your board off, you have to take
Mm.
your skis off, and you walk inside. Whereas the chairlift, you can literally just, if you're a snowboarder, you take one boot out,
Mhm.
right? You can kind of push your way onto the thing, and you just sit down, and your board just kind of dangles beneath you.
Okay.
If you're a skier, you just leave both your skis on, and you just step over, sit down, and make your way up the hill.
Okay.
But this one here, the view was very nice. Like it's actually really nice. You get to see like over top of the whole city. You see further, there's like the big lake over there. I don't even know what lake it is, to be honest. Not gonna lie to you, don't have any clue. But it was a very nice view from over there. And once I finally got to the top, I realized that the last time we were there in the wintertime, we went skating on the top of the hill.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's kind of where it brought me. There was like a walking path up there. Had we like both been able to go into the gondola, but because we had Trumpet, we couldn't. I just went by myself. But if we didn't have Trumpet, we could have both went up there. We could have walked through kind of the walking path or the skating path in the wintertime. And yeah, so anyway, made my way back down, and that was kind of our day at Blue
Yeah,
Mountain.
like we had
Really-
access to more activities, but we didn't do it. Like I want to do the hiking, but
Yeah.
the thing is we didn't get Trumpet the tick shot or the tick
Yeah, it's almost like a little treat thing that
Yeah.
we give him. We didn't give him one this spring.
yeah, so I didn't feel comfortable, letting him walk through the bushes and whatnot. So that's
Yeah.
why we didn't do the hiking. But I think
Yeah.
next time if we do go, we'll have to stay for an extra night and also get him his tick
Yeah.
treatment there to prevent the ticks
Yeah.
from biting him.
Yeah.
But overall, I actually had a lot of fun. I mean, I think, if you are looking for a ski resort to go to, Blue Mountain is definitely one of them. A lot of people from the States actually go there because we did meet a couple people from the States before at the other hotel spot. So it is very popular.
Yeah.
But if you're into skiing, skating, check out the Blue Mountain. I would probably would rate Blue Mountain Inn at a 5, maybe like if you're bringing your dog, I'd probably rate it 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a dog, there are nicer places to stay.
Yeah.
Yes, you will spend a little bit more, but there are nicer places to
Mhm.
stay.
hmm
But it is what it is. It is a very nice resort. There is a very nice village with a lot of like random things to do
Yeah.
and see, a lot of different businesses.
And they also had salsa that Friday night.
Yeah.
But we had to leave, so
Yeah.
that's why we didn't get to do the salsa. But they have different events going on, and they sometimes have different plays going on there. Out there in the open, they have like this big open area where they have a stage usually set up, and people do performances there. They teach you how to dance there, and they have different shops that are also around. Obviously, they have a Tim Hortons. We are in Canada. Tim Hortons on every corner.
Yeah. We definitely got Tim Hortons because it was actually really hot.
Yes, it was.
It was very hot, and I was starting to feel the burn, which I did get burnt.
Look at
Very,
that.
very burnt.
Does that hurt though?
I mean, it hurts a little bit. I've had worse sunburns before, but I did get burnt. And it's weird because the sun was not really out. It was like complete overcast the entire day almost. But man, was it hot. Like the humidity, it was really bad. It was really bad. So we stopped just before we left, kind of. We stopped. I got a nice coffee. You got a nice cap.
I think the next time we go, we'll have to stay for more than one night with a dog, just to actually experience a little bit more. Because I would have liked to do more of the activities that were there, but because it was also really humid, we decided that we couldn't stay for that long. And Trumpet was panting like crazy. You could hear him panting in a lot of probably in a lot of the clips that we have. But yeah, overall, I would probably rate, the Blue Mountain Resort with having a dog there with you, probably a 4 out of the 5, because I loved how friendly everything was. Like your dog could go to the restaurants with you. They had like a dog park that was there too, that you can allow your dog to go in and play a bit. I loved how clean everything was.
Like pretty much every restaurant outside the front door had like a bowl of water and ice.
Yeah, just for your dog. Yeah, so that was like really nice. I love how dog friendly everything was. You didn't feel like an outcast when you brought your dog. You know what I mean? Like,
So you could have got it vegetarian without the shrimp or the chicken. So red peppers, snow peas, arugula, mushrooms, and then
I don't know. I feel like it was very accepting. That was there, and it was just felt like a normal trip. And when we were in the elevator inside the hotel, this girl said that she, traveled across Canada with her dog. She's like, you'd be surprised how dog friendly a lot of places in Canada actually are, like hotels. Bring your dog anywhere you want. So that's something I would love to do. I would love to travel across Canada, explore Canada. We talked about wanting to go to Banff. I would love to see that and bring Trumpet with us. But other than that, I thought I had a really good time. It was very relaxing. But unfortunately, we only stayed for one night. So
we did have to leave.
Yeah. So we left. We left the resort, and I actually wanted to go to Toronto. Like I said, I'm a very spontaneous person. So I was like, do you want to go home or do you want to go to Toronto? Like, what do you want to do? And then I also wanted to get ice cream. Like, I didn't care what else we did as long as I also got ice cream that was there, because I really wanted a waffle cone. Okay.
Milkshakes, sundaes. We also do frozen yogurt with different flavors.
All right, try it. It's good. Cheers to the ice cream.
Amelia finally got her ice cream.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. So, we left finally, and we were going to go down to Toronto, but we're like, you know what? Then we're going to need to get another hotel. Do we really want to spend that extra money? Yada, yada, yada. So we kind of decided, you know what? Well, it was actually me who was like, let's let's go through Wasaga because it's actually kind of.
That's not what happened.
What happened then?
I was looking for ice cream.
Okay.
And then I said, oh, it says Wasaga Beach. But that's pretty far. And you're like, Wasaga Beach literally is 30 minutes away.
Yes.
And I'm like, it is? Because one of the things that I wanted, like one of my bucket list trips that I wanted to do was to actually go to Wasaga Beach. Because when we were living in Sudbury, I had a friend there and he was saying that he takes his kids there every year to go to Wasaga Beach. And there's lots of strip malls that were there and things to do. So I was like, oh, maybe one day I'll go.
Yeah.
I just know that when we arrived at Wasaga Beach, it wasn't what I expected.
No, it wasn't.
All the seagulls were there though.
Man, place was infested with seagulls. There was actually one guy that he had a bag of Doritos chips and he was like hunched over and he had probably like 20, 30, if not more seagulls surrounding him. Like, but he had his phone out and he was trying to get like a close-up shot, I guess. I don't really know. But maybe he was trying to get a good shot of him feeding a seagull.
See, and that's what's the problem. Because one, we're littering.
Yeah.
And then obviously the birds are going to come and look for food.
Yeah.
You know, where the humans are, there's food there. So that's probably why there was a lot of seagulls.
But anyway, we walked down. Trumpet wasn't allowed on the beach. No dogs are allowed on the actual beach section.
Yeah.
But on the edge of the beach, there's like a small little road. And then across the road, that's where all the businesses, restaurants, you know, like businesses selling like souvenirs and different hats and different things, right? But they had, as we walked a little bit further, I found this, we seen this sign, right?
Free beer.
Just literally said free beer. And it had two 4 cases like holding up this sign. So I was literally about to like bend over and open up that case, and the guy like says something to me.
He's like, no, over here.
Yeah, I look over, and then to my left, he's got like this big, huge trailer, and that's where they were actually giving out the beer. So anyway, I took a couple. They gave me a couple, and we continued our walk. So I didn't open them, nothing like that. You know, we were still planning to have to drive home.
He told you to take them home.
He did say that. He said, enjoy them at home.
Yeah.
So good on him. But anyway, took them, continued our walk. A little bit further down, we seen these actual, like these, like sand castles. Like one was kind of like a castle. And then these other ones were like figurines almost. One was of like a shipwreck. Kind of. It had boxes. It had a boat that was like wrecked.
It's crazy that people can make that as sand.
Yeah.
That's very, very impressive. That's so cool.
It is. Yeah. One was like animals. Like it had a lion. It had an elephant. It had giraffe. A monkey. I don't really remember what else. But yeah. Really cool how people can actually make all that out of sand.
I'm here trying to, put sand in a bucket, flip it. There's my sand.
You can't even make the little sandcastle because it topples over.
Yeah.
As soon as you lift the bucket, down it goes.
I know. People are very talented. There's a lot of talent.
Yep. But
yeah, on the way back, we were taking a lot of photos, and there was a sign that says Wasaga, so that's what kind of like where we're taking most of the photos. And where you have to take the photo to get the whole sign, you have to almost be in the middle of the road.
yeah.
So I'm there, kind of off to the side, middle of the road, taking a picture, and this cop comes up, him and his partner. I didn't even notice him until like he got out his car, and he was saying something to me, and I said to him, "Oh crap!" I said, "Are you gonna give me a ticket?" And he was like, "No, I want to take a photo of you." And I was like, "And then you're gonna give me a ticket?" And he's like, no. Like, give me your phone. Like, I'll take a photo of you and your boyfriend. And I was like, okay.
No, that's not what he said at first. He said, "Do you know this fellow?"
Yeah, that's what he said. "You know this fellow?" And I said, "Yeah, that's my boyfriend." In my head, I'm like, bro, if I get a ticket, because we also had beer on the road, right? And I said, "Oh my gosh, if I get a ticket, I'm like, that's his beer. That's his beer. Arrest him."
Straight snitching out here. I just would have turned around like, I don't know her.
Oh yeah,
I don't
you
know
don't
what
know
she's
me. I'm
talking
like,
about.
listen, I got photos of us. You want to see 8 years worth? 8 years. I've been with this man according to Facebook. 8 years.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, no, he said he just wanted to take our picture. He got out of the car, so he was very nice. And then, like, as he was giving back the phone to me,
he looks at the beer.
Yeah, he's like, "Are those non-alcoholic?" I said, "No, they're not. But they're giving them away down there."
Look at him snitching. Look at him snitching.
Yeah.
Talking about where to find the free beer at.
I don't know. They're giving them away down there. I don't know.
Don't invite Curtis to your alcoholic parties, okay?
But he's like, "Yeah, no, I know they are, but just hide them."
Yeah, he's like, "Don't let me see it."
Yeah, just don't let me see them.
Yeah, he was a cool police officer. Yeah. But I was so afraid he was gonna give me a ticket. I was like, "Oh man, I'm in the middle of the road. I'm gonna get a big fat ticket."
Nope.
What's your name? Curtis. Curtis Noss.
Oh yeah.
Curtis. Curtis is my name.
Wow. But anyway, yeah. So that was our 2-day adventure.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. You had a good time?
Yeah, I did. I had a very relaxing time. I kind of don't want to go to work tomorrow.
No.
Going to work after a long, 4-day weekend, it's kind of depressing. It's like, oh man, now I got to go back. I don't want to go back.
Yep. I know it is hard to get back, like, that motivation to, like, want to go into work. I mean, I don't think too many people really truly want to go into work, but when you're only off like the 2 days for the weekend, you don't get that much time to, like, get used to not being there.
Yeah.
Then when you do actually take a real vacation, you've gotten used to not going in, and you've gotten, used to just relaxing and enjoying your actual free time.
Mm-hmm. Kind of doing what you want to do.
Yeah. And you're like, I wish I could just continue this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go back into work.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Share the video if you like. Comment below if you've been to a resort like this. How was your experience? Have you been to Blue Mountain specifically? Let us know.
Mm-hmm. Or have you traveled with your dog? I want to know about that too.
Yep.
How did your dog do on an airplane? If you took him on an airplane, because if I do travel across Canada, there are certain parts that I'm like, I don't know if I want to drive there. It would take a week just to get certain areas of Canada. Yeah. And even though Trumpet does really good in a car, he does have some anxiety. Yeah. In the car. Yeah. But I just want to know what it was like for you to fly with your dog. Yeah. In your experience, if you have one.
Yeah, let us know. With that, subscribe to the channel as well. Mm-hmm. It helps the channel a lot. We do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Hopefully in 2 weeks.
Yes.
All right, take care. Happy Sunday, folks, and peace.